All right. What's new? Harold? Harold,
Yes,
golf lessons today?
yes. It was awesome. In 64-degree weather. Sorry. No snow.
No snow. Here
Yeah.
either.
A little bit of rain.
That's just not necessary to tell us that.
You
Well,
chose to
you
live
can
in
visit it.
Pennsylvania.
What's that?
John chose to live in Pennsylvania. He can't complain.
He can come and visit. Put your bike on a trailer and drive down here.
Make sure he brings wine with him when he comes, though.
Yeah, my wife would appreciate it.
Amy, I love the biocam on your board there behind you.
Yeah, is it giving you some PTSD?
No, that was good stuff.
I didn't write that if it makes you feel better.
I have to write it out every week just to remember it, so I get it. I just took surgery shelf and pediatric shelf one day next to the next day, and so that gives you PSD.
Yeah.
I passed both, so.
Excellent. Yeah.
Any big plans for the weekend coming up? Kind of a laid-back day.
It's only Wednesday. There's still 2 more days for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going out to work in a volunteer pediatric clinic over the weekend with another physician that invited a bunch of us to go and give checkups and vaccinations to babies.
Didn't you know vaccinations cause autism?
Oh, here we go.
You're fired right now, John.
No, I have very, very little patience with anti-vaxxers. We have a local pediatrician he says the medical term for them is moron.
I know.
I don't care if I'm insulting anybody here. I think we're all vaxxers, though.
Fine.
We're all reasonable people, I think.
If you were in the military in the 70s, you didn't matter. You got the shots.
That's right. Roll up your sleeve and
Still do if you're in the military.
yep.
A great crowd today.
I invited my mechanic, but I just invited him this afternoon, so I don't know if he'll show up. But he's got some interest in the Ohio ride, and then I gave him this information, or actually, Linda sent it.
Yeah, and I sent it right after you sent me the email, so he's got it.
So, thank you.
What else?
Who's buzzing?
Yeah.
In Ohio, where I live, we had 12.1 inches of snow over the weekend. And today it warmed up and it rained all day. So you can imagine what's going on outside my house at the moment.
It's called freezing.
Is very wet, and lots of roads around here, I guess, are ponding up and making it kind of miserable for folk here.
Ooh. Big
I've gone as far as the bottom of the driveway. That's it.
Is somebody shaving?
Huh?
Is there some buzz going on in the background? Maybe somebody was shaving.
Hey, John, how many people signed up for the ride? Does that include me? Doherty?
Yes.
Good.
You and your wife
Yes.
and Jim Dodmead and myself and my husband so far on the online registration.
Right.
What else am I missing?
Well,
Anybody going to go with the ride that our friend from down south is planning in West Virginia?
Is that Bob?
Kind of iffy for me. It's
Bob,
close. But last time we went on a ride there, it snowed on our last day.
Yeah, I know all about that. We went to see the mountains and we couldn't see more than 100 yards ahead of us at any given moment.
Good rides in West Virginia. Aren't we a lively group tonight?
Hey, Tom Dines, are you out in Colorado?
No, I'm down on Marco Island, and family is all headed to Colorado on the 21st, arriving Breckenridge, Colorado, the 23rd, and I wanted to do John's ride, and I'm trying to figure out how I can do everything.
Tell him I forgot. Are you from Colorado?
Born and raised in Colorado, but been in Marco Island for, I don't know, 9 years now, I guess. But I go back every summer.
We're in Colorado.
Yep.
What town?
Born in Denver, but raised on a ranch just outside of Colorado Springs.
Ooh, yeah.
Flatlander.
Hell, I don't know, a foothills lander.
I'm going to be in Breckenridge next summer in July. The family will be there, kind of like it was when you and Jerry and Roy showed up in Colorado last summer, Tom.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be in Breckenridge this summer, so while you're there, be sure and call.
Yeah, I will. Is there a place to rent a bike out there?
Well, I'm I'm going to be selling my Harley Sportster, and I'm bringing, if Jerry doesn't buy the BMW that I rode when Rory and Judy and Jerry were out there in Breckenridge, I'm going to bring it back from Ohio. So I may have 2 bikes there. I may have an extra.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to sell those 2.
Denver's probably the closest place, Dave.
What'd you say, John?
I think Denver's going to be the closest place you can rent one.
Yeah, there's a couple BMW shops around the Denver and area and north. My son lives north
Where does he live?
in Firestone.
Because my son lives in Fort Collins.
Yeah. And he's looking to have a house built in Longmont.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of happy with Longmont, so he's negotiating for a house there now.
Longmont's really grown rapidly, I understand.
Yeah. He's a runner, so he loves it there, and he's up in the mountains running all the time. He does the mountain runs. I guess it was last spring, he did one of those 100-milers up in the mountains down south in Colorado. Crazy kid.
There used to be a lot of horse shows in Longmont.
I think there's a lot of stables there. I think I've seen stables there.
Yeah, a lot of equestrian activity.
Yeah. The fairgrounds there in Longmont. Been there and to some, I don't know, what do you call them, fairs kind of thing. So, yeah, it's a pretty good place. He works in Boulder, so he'll be a little closer when he gets into Longmont.
Longmont used to have a turkey processing plant, and you could smell it for miles.
Good or bad?
Not good.
Not
Not
good.
good.
No.
Like the aroma of Tacoma.
Or the Monfort feedlot just on the northeast side of Denver.
Well, Tom, keep that BMW. I ride a BMW, so I wouldn't want to go to one of those old Harley things. So save that for me.
See if
Speaking
I
of
can't-
which, has everybody heard about this new Harley one coming out that's all electric?
Yeah, 30K.
expensive.
What's the point?
BMW has one too that will go down the street by itself.
Oh yeah, they got a self-riding motorcycle.
Yeah.
There's a video on YouTube if you want to see it.
The most advanced electric motorcycles, I believe, the award has to go to the Zero motorcycles. They've been building those electrics for probably 10 years now, and I think they're way ahead of the pack.
I have a friend that has a Zero and he loves it.
And they get pretty decent range, and if you carry a spare battery, I guess you could probably go close to 300-400 miles.
Who is that, Tom? Who's making them?
The Zero motorcycle.
Indian's coming out with one supposedly next year, later this year or next year too.
I hadn't heard that one.
I just read that today.
I thought Harley's big shtick was loud pipes save lives. I was impressed with that.
How do you do that, John, with a electric motorcycle?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
A megaphone and you say, roar, roar, here I come, roar.
They have a recording of loud pipes.
I have a very good friend who's an audiologist, and he is not a fan of Harley loud pipes. However, I am.
I have a Harley, but I didn't put any upgrades on it for the noise. I think it was just enough to annoy my neighbor to the north, which was fine with me.
Best thing in Colorado is blasting through tunnels with wide open throttle.
Well, I got my, I ordered heated grips and they happened to come in the mail today, so.
Yay.
That's why I'm thinking when the weather's colder, it'll be nice riding. Had to pay $33 duty on it right off the bat to get them, so. Goes with it.
That was the best thing I did to my FJ when I was riding in Nevada was the heated grips.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them, that's for sure.
My Beamer came with heated grips, a heated seat, and a whole lot of electronics. So had lots of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Need cruise control too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely helps.
Are you being, what, Michael Jackson in that one video?
She's got jokes. Could be. Whatever is comfortable for you.
Whatever works.
Whatever.
We refer to this as the claw, and my grandson really fears the claw because it comes and attacks him and tickles him.
All right, we don't want to read about you.
We have one of those claws in our house too.
My granddaughter's not old enough for that yet. She's only 3 months.
It's,
Personality's starting to come out. It's kind of fun.
oh, yeah, I bet.
Enjoy it while it's still mild.
I know. I have to keep telling my daughter-in-law that it'll pass. It'll pass.
Yeah. Oh, it will.
Till she's a teenager.
What is this grandchild thing that people keep talking about?
You don't have any yet?
Yeah, well, my daughter's 40, my son's 38. My daughter's not going to have children. My son's got to meet a girl. Amy, you want to move to Colorado?
Nope.
Whoa.
You could do like that one guy did. He took his family to New Zealand on vacation. And ahead of time, he posted an ad in a newspaper saying he's bringing his sons and he's looking for dates for his sons.
Oh,
You didn't read about that?
no.
There were a bunch of women that came out of the woodwork for that one.
Bunch of strange people out there.
I think it was from Seattle, which explains a lot.
The Aussies liked Americans ever since World War II.
Yeah?
But don't call a New Zealander an Aussie.
No.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that's against the rules right there.
Yeah, don't like words.
Sacrilege. What else is going on?
It's snowing and raining here, so.
I had to take my bike in for a factory recall today. So I ended up riding it to the dealer.
I got to do that. My dealer's in Seattle, and I'm not riding it down to Seattle. Not going to happen.
What's the temperature in Maryland now?
Oh, it came up significantly. It's up to freezing now.
Nice.
That must mean 68 degrees.
8 degrees in Colorado?
In Marco Island, 88 is boiling, 82 is very hot, 68 is freezing, and 62 is sub-freezing.
I don't know what it was by you, but it was 80 here in Bradenton today.
Both are very hot. No, down here in Marco, I think it probably got to about 73.
You know, this kind of negativity is just not needed.
No, it's
60s,
bad.
70s, 80s.
What's the temperature where you're at?
I think we got all the way up into the mid 40s today.
I think we're at 48 right now.
You better get all those snow tires off.
Red or rain. I never put mine on this year.
You got down to 57 last night. I thought I was going to freeze to death.
45 in Ohio, and by 7, 8 a.m. it's going to be 25, but next week it's going to be down into the single digit. Saturday, 1 degree overnight.
Oh. You guys live there on purpose.
Oh God, there's one Wednesday, January 30th, minus 12. Oh, and Thursday's minus 20. Holy crap.
Exactly why I snowbird in Florida.
I think I'm going to have to move to Costa Rica.
That's probably a good plan.
Yeah. Although, the crime
Bruce
got
is
fixed.
laughing at us.
Huh?
I think Bruce is laughing at us.
Well, we just came through minus 25C.
See?
I'm just trying to figure out the conversion on that.
Cold. That's all you need to know. It's cold.
Freezing cold.
Yeah.
That's minus 13 Fahrenheit.
No!
How's
That's
the
what you
wind?
call brisk.
It was. I wasn't skiing that day. Now, temperatures came up to plus 3 or 4 today, which is equivalent to high 30s Fahrenheit, 38, 40 Fahrenheit.
Shorts weather.
Pretty near, yep.
Yeah.
If you can get past all the slush and slop from the foot of snow we got last night.
Harold, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yeah, for a reason, I was talking with my wife.
Were you saying yes, dear?
I was saying, yes, ma'am, dear. Yeah.
Good man.
Smart man.
Getting your marching orders for the night.
How do you do it?
The work list for tomorrow.
Yeah. Going tomorrow.
Trying to figure out where the noise is coming from.
I think it's Dave.
Somebody's blending margaritas.
So, John, how many people are registered for that thing?
So far, officially 5. But, you know, this group tends to wait until the last minute.
Gonna have good weather, right?
Yeah, let's go with that story. Glenda, are you coming down?
I'm coming all the way out there for that.
Yep, I'm coming, John, and I think Dave's coming from Owen Sound.
Okay.
And I think Bruce and his wife are coming. And I think maybe Kenton. I'm not sure about Christy and Quinn. And there's a Rotarian from Wyerton that has expressed an interest in joining us as well.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a registration link on both the IFMR site and the club's website if you want to get on that list.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, I don't know, I think it was James that asked me, that extra $3, is that to cover the cost of the
Credit card.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So when you register, you automatically pay your $100 to Polio Plus.
And if you register your spouse, it's another 100.
Yep.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
That was not the intention. Anything we can do about that, Linda?
Well, I put on the thing, if it's a motorcyclist and a rider, it's $100. For each motorcycle, it was $100, but I can change it if you want.
Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Does a biker pay $100?
I paid it.
I paid it twice. That was your intent, wasn't it?
Yeah, the whole idea is to raise money for Polio Plus. Amy, Polio Plus is one of our foundation funds that go to help eliminate polio in the world. Duh. That's the name, Polio Plus.
Isn't it matched 2-1 by the Gates Foundation still?
Yes, it's still 2-1. And up until we hit a certain gate, and I don't think we've ever reached that.
Yeah, they put a lot of money into it.
Hi, everybody.
Linda, does that money go into a fund, or does it go automatically to Polio Plus?
No, it goes to the IFMR's account, and then they're going to have to write a check to Polio Plus.
Okay, because we'll need to get member numbers, but I think we have that, don't we?
We have that.
Yep.
As an associate member, I'd like I guess the contribution can be credited to this group, yeah. I was originally thinking that, I keep putting money into the account with my main club here.
Well, with Polio Plus, none of that money comes back in DDF. So, you can, I think it'll probably just go in your name, but we'll make a big deal out of IFMR.
Yep.
So Linda, are you an officer of IFMR or?
Nope. I'm just the person that said I'd take care of the website.
Oh, nice.
Very important person.
Nobody else wanted to do it.
Nobody told her it was a lifetime job.
Did you guys
No.
have a compensation package or?
You know, I've been meaning to talk to them about that, but nobody will listen.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I believe the RI convention international was in New Orleans in, I want to say 2000, and the IFMR fellowship around the country got riders to come in from all over the country with donations that they had raised from their own clubs and friends. Long story, got an escort, police, sheriff, fire, you name it, out of Baton Rouge all the way to the convention center downtown New Orleans, presented the presented the Rotary International president with a check for $50,000 towards Polio Plus. First time a fellowship had ever done that.
That was in
IFMR.
2011, wasn't it? That was 2011 because that was my first year of Rotary. Because there were guys.
It may have been 2011. I'm digging back further. Sorry, but yeah.
That's okay. No, I just remember that because it's like they rode from my neck of the woods all the way down there.
Yeah, all over.
Is anybody going to Germany next year?
It's this year now.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. Anybody else?
Not me.
Hamburg, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Seems like next year is out in the Pacific, huh?
Hawaii.
Yeah.
I think I'm walking the Camino during that one. Because, you know.
Where in Hawaii?
Huh?
Where in Hawaii? Honolulu or Maui or?
Honolulu. Pretty sure.
Honolulu.
No, it's in Taiwan.
Go ahead.
Taipei, Taiwan next year. Taiwan.
That would be a great trip.
Hi, Blair. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We haven't picked on you yet.
I just joined. I'm having internet problems.
Nice.
Yeah, no, not really. But anyway.
No? What have you been up to?
Well, bit of this, bit of that. We'll golf today. Yeah.
Yeah, Harold, there you go.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Are you in Florida too?
Yeah,
Where?
I'm just south of Keith,
Yeah.
Sarasota.
There you go, Harold. You can go play golf with Blair.
I'm ready.
I'm trying to figure out what Harold is eating. Are those gummy bears or gummy worms?
You saw that. My wife brought some candy home.
Ah.
Whatever it was, of course, some serious chewing.
Oh, she explained to me that's dinner.
You better have about 10 or 12 more of them.
I think I need to send her back to wife school.
I can break that down into the food groups for you, Harold.
That's okay. That guys, don't worry about that.
I did that once at a dinner before we went to, and when I was in Toastmasters, before we went into the women's prison in Purdy, and we started breaking down the food stuff into food groups, and the guys were like, huh? And then they started laughing. Like, I can break that Snickers bar down for you.
Kind of takes some fun.
If it makes you smile, it must be healthy for you.
Exactly.
There you go. Smiling is good for you.
Relieves
Don't tell that
stress.
to the two doctors on the group.
Yeah, what do they know?
I know. Amy
My
looks like she's ready to say, wait a minute.
My daughter's a doctor, and she thinks chocolate chip cookie dough is just the exact prescription needed.
More
Yeah.
dough.
Good cook, right? Raw cookie dough, Tom?
Yeah,
Awesome.
best.
It can be raw, it can be cookies, and she really likes the ice cream. Chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream.
Yeah. 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 Good stuff. Even in the winter.
Then you
We've
can
all eaten it sometime during our lifetime, and we're still here, so.
Well, you get the day off next Wednesday. Yay.
What's the next?
No
next
meeting. No meeting next Wednesday. It's the 5th Wednesday. No meeting. Oh.
Shows that
Get the
are
night off.
channel.
Night off.
Yeah, there you go.
Get
Boy,
the
a
night
whole extra hour to eat
I'm
desserts.
glad you mentioned it. I didn't even realize that.
I might be in Canada anyway, so my new bicycle came in.
What'd you get?
A Reeson Muller electric bike with I think it has a roll-off suspension system on it, a mountain type bike.
Ah,
An electric bike? Really?
Yeah, it has 2 batteries. I can ride 140 miles pedaling the entire way before the batteries die.
And we know you won't be pedaling the entire.
So when you go up a nice big hill, Harold,
Yes.
it's awesome. Put the turbo, keep pedaling, and life is good.
Wow.
Can you recharge it by pedaling it?
No, we haven't come across, I used to have an iZip bike, and that thing was a nightmare, but this one it's Bosch motor. The batteries are made by Bosch, and we can, other than the one in the down tube and the bike I have right now, we can interchange the batteries between the two bikes.
What's the voltage on the battery?
Not a clue. But they're pretty standard batteries, so it makes it nice. I don't know. I just get on it and ride it. Charge the batteries and go.
I bet your husband knows what the voltage is.
Oh, yeah, he's an engineer.
Yeah.
He did all the research.
you better know, yeah.
So there's a really nice small shop up in Ladysmith on Vancouver Island that's why I went to meet Debbie Vansett back in October, was we picked the bikes up. Then we ordered a different one. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Harold's rolling his eyes, but it doesn't have a throttle on it. I still have to pedal.
Oh.
I know, right? Sucks.
It's a bike.
So is it always powering the bike?
Yeah, well, so I can turn it off. I mean, I did the first big ride I did was 63 miles. I had a friend that rode from Bar Harbor, Maine, all the way back to Anacortes last summer on I think she's on a 10-speed. Anyways, a road bike. So I rode from my house over to Cedro-Woolley, which is about 16 miles away, and then I rode back to Anacortes with her. And part of the time I just shut the bike off and pedaled. They're just really heavy. They weigh almost 60 pounds. So It's not a light bike, but yeah, pedaled no problem the whole way.
So it's on or off, no throttle.
No throttle, but I have an easy, let's see, it's called Echo Tour Sport and then Turbo. So if I'm going up a hill, a big hill, I just gear it up, put it in turbo, and then pedal. It's beautiful.
So is it more of an assist rather than a direct drive?
Pedal assist. And then I don't have a chain. I have what do I want to call it? Like I do on my motorcycle. The belt. It has a belt. Pretty cool. That's it.
You need a hat with some solar cells. You can charge it while you ride.
I can charge my phone while I'm riding it. Rides well in a hailstorm.
Good to know.
We went for a bike ride a week ago Monday, and it was fine when we left, and then the sky got really dark. And we were riding it, thought it was raining, but it was hailing. So we rode in the hailstorm, pulled off into one of the tulip farms, and then waited there for about half an hour and then said screw it and started riding home. We were only like 6 miles from home.
You left me like that much soup.
Mhm.
Hardly any.
Oh, that was enough. And then you had your chicken.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
it.
Well, no, Blair, it wasn't enough. You should have get yourself something else. How was your-
That was Blair's wife. What did she,
Talking about dinner.
Just came
what's
in,
for dinner?
just came in late. Well, dinner was a bit of soup and a small piece of chicken. That was it. That was all that was left.
That's more than Harold got. Harold got Twix.
Well, that's good.
Hey, speaking of phenomena, did everybody get to watch the Blood Moon Wolf or whatever it was?
Absolutely.
The red moon, no.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I got to see about when the Earth's shadow was like 2/3 away across, and it was way past my bedtime. It was awesome.
Saw it on television.
Yeah, well, okay.
How visible was it? I heard you.
It was pretty visible.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. We had a very clear sky that night. The neat thing is, once there was a lot of the shadow covering the moon, you could see all the stars so nice.
Yes.
Beautiful, crisp night.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We had 2 owls in our front yard that night too. So when you stood out on the front porch to try to see the moon when the cloud wasn't covering it, they had a conversation going back and forth. It was pretty cool. Don't know what trees they were in, but I could hear them.
Hey, Bruce, what's it like in Collingwood now?
Temperature is plus 3 or 4. Forecast is for some rain or freezing rain. But then it's going to drop to, they're talking about minus 12 Celsius again tomorrow.
Oh, a lot of snow.
Yeah, so it's winter. Well, the snow seems to come and go this year. We get a good foot of it, and then it thaws and hardens and gets sloppy, and then you get another foot of it, and it gets mild again. So it's been a strange winter that way this year. But as I say, you know, it is winter in Ontario, and we get what we get.
And you love it.
It gets cold. Yeah.
It gets cold. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how much I love it anymore, but I can still put up with it.
I love it so much. That's why I'm here in Sarasota.
One of these years, I'm going to come down and visit you there, Blair.
Oh, yeah. Come on down. Got room. Come on down.
I think we're keeping Tom up.
Yeah, looks like it.
Let's not be making fun of people who go to bed early.
I was in bed at 10 last night.
Huh?
10.
10. Wow.
I prefer to go to sleep watching television.
I have my iPad with me, playing a game or watching YouTube.
Well, my wife stays up all night, so
No, can't do it.
I stay up too.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have a neighbor he's a night owl, so he'll stay up all night. He'll go up in the woods down in Olympia and wander around, and then he sleeps in the morning when it gets light. His dad was the same way.
Wow.
Yeah.
True vampire.
Retro man. We call him Retro man.
Retro man.
Yeah. He's got some stories. But
Is anybody taking any good trips this year besides the trip to Ohio in June?
we're trying to figure that out. We might go down to Fresno next month in a couple weeks. We're looking at motorhomes.
I saw where Larry Trippett had one from Reno going somewhere. That just came in today again.
Yeah,
He's
so
got one going from Reno to Tahoe in a circular loop.
Yep.
There's one in West Virginia as well coming up.
that's a May ride.
That's a May ride. Larry's is end of May, 1st of June, something like that.
And then I'm trying to put together a ride. Tentative dates are the 13th to the 15th of September. Starting in Owen Sound, Ontario, and going around the Georgian Bay and finishing off in Collingwood again.
As soon as you have that finalized, send me the info and I'll get it up on the website.
I will do that. We just the tricky part is I'm trying to see if I can reserve a block of on the ferry. There's about a 2-hour ferry ride between Tobermory and South Bay Mouth, which is the Manitoulin Islands. So I want to know if I can reserve a block, and if so, how long will they hold it for us? That sort of thing.
I don't think they'll do that, Bruce. I'm not sure.
Well, the captain is a Rotarian out of the Hanover Club. So Mike's trying to work a deal out with him. So I should know better this weekend.
Cool.
Well, it'll be interesting if that works out. That's because I tried that last year. Didn't get anything.
You promised rain for that, Bruce?
Well, I haven't been on an IFMR ride without rain, so it would be a first. It would be a first if it didn't.
I remember that ride was it was solid rain except for the hour we were at lunch.
That's right.
When the sun came
but it was fun.
It's part of the.
I don't think it was as wet as the time that Jerry and Rory put together the ride at Athens when we did the trip.
That Upper Peninsula, that was soaking wet.
That was, yeah.
Yep.
I haven't been I haven't been on a ride with the IFMR when it snowed, but I have heard Blair's story about coming home in the snow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that was on a May ride.
Yeah, if you go with Bob Schreiner in West Virginia, the last time I went with him in May, we got snow on the last day.
That's right. I remember that one.
That's when his bike wouldn't start.
Yeah.
We got snow in August in the Dolomites.
Oh, wow.
That was cool.
Where are the Dolomites?
Northern Italy.
Ah.
It's like Italy's version of the Swiss Alps.
Those Dolomites, yeah.
That's pretty high elevation there, isn't it, Harold?
Yes. But it was neat, for an old Southern guy to sit there on the motorcycle and eat hot apple streusel with snow coming down. It's kind of cool. Hey, by the way, the BMW National Rally this year is going to be held in Lebanon, Tennessee. That's in June 14th through whatever, Thursday through a Sunday.
Lebanon, where?
Lebanon, Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah. So this is the year that they have it on the East Coast. Then it'll
Have you
go
been
back.
to a number of those, Harold?
Pardon me?
Have you been to very many of the BMW rallies?
Not many, but I have been to several.
Yeah, we've done 6 or 7.
They're great.
Yeah.
Are you going to this one?
Haven't thought about it, to tell you the truth.
All right. Well,
It's close for once.
Yeah.
Figuratively speaking.
The weather should be great. The roads are going to be challenging. Should be awesome. A lot of switchbacks, a lot of moderate elevation. Should be fun.
Yep.
And for those of us who like the dirt, there's always dirt out there to be found.
My wife won't let me get near dirt. Of course, I have a big old bike. Don't like to ride it on the dirt anyway, especially with John Cram.
Yeah, she loves dirt.
I was waiting for that part of the conversation to come.
Yeah, I always look forward to that.
Forever labeled.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Hey,
He's tattooed and whatever.
No, that's okay. When you guys lead, your time is coming.
That's all right. The majority of roads on the planet are dirt anyways. So get over it. You're gonna see dirt. You gotta deal with it sooner or later. So kudos to John.
Oh, bless you, Harold. I knew I loved you.
I honestly thought he was just taking us to an interesting place for lunch.
Well, it was an interesting place. It was just the wrong way to get there.
One of life's challenges.
One of the GPS said the road went through.
Oh, there we go. The GPS.
One of those, yeah.
First and last mistake.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we all followed him.
They don't do that anymore, Harold.
I wanted the shortest route to Lincoln's Log Cabin in Illinois, and I entered shortest route in my Garmin, and I ended up going through a cornfield on 2 cow paths. Oh,
you asked for it.
Yeah.
You have to be careful about that.
I was coming back from Canaan Valley. Was it last year we were there? And I had it on shortest route. It had me go down a road that made that muddy road look like a paved highway.
Ooh.
So the lesson is don't use the shortest route.
Well, look ahead and make sure that it is actually a route.
Send a guinea pig ahead. Send a scout.
You have to meet my husband. He GPS coordinates everything. Everything.
What's wrong with that?
Huh?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Well, he started that in Costa Rica because there are no address, there's no numbers on houses, there's no street names like we have here. There's a street name, but there's no sign, so you have to GPS coordinate everything and then punch it in. And it'll get you there, but if you're just going to drive and try to find, Front Street or something like that, you're not going to find it.
There's good motorcycling in Costa Rica.
Have you seen them motorcycling in Costa Rica? Yeah. And it's like we have them go by us, and there's a dad driving, mom sitting behind him, and there's a baby between the two of them, and she's just holding on to the baby.
I've seen a family of 5.
Yeah, 5 or 6. They're carrying a bag of cement and groceries, no helmets, dirt road.
Babies on the hip.
Knees together.
Yep. But if you're a tourist and you're not wearing a helmet, it's $1,000 fine.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, payable on the spot.
It's revenue generation.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're everywhere. There's little 250s. A lot of 250s, a lot of smaller ones than that.
Yeah, dirt bikes.
Yeah. But they pile them on. Holy crap. It's like the first time we went down there, it was just all you could do is just go, OMG.
They pull them with an ox, don't they?
Pull them with an ox?
Pull motorcycles with an ox.
It's probably more the motorcycle pulling the ox, not the other way around, not that way.
We were actually driving in Costa Rica one day, and we're going down the road, and it was really, really foggy. And out of the fog comes this family on an ox-driven cart, like right in the middle of the freeway.
Yeah. Yeah, not good. It's normal to them.
Yeah, a lot of the world's like that.
Yeah.
It is.
Is anybody considering this Australia ride next year?
I haven't thought about that one. That could be fun.
Australia?
Yeah, there's it's an IFMR ride, right? It's on the website. I've got them on both websites.
Yeah, Air 2020.
Oh, I think Harold's going to go.
You got me thinking.
Yeah, you can see the hairs coming up on the back of his neck for sure.
right there.
You have a different view than I do then.
I just have a good imagination.
I think I see that hair now, Harold.
Yeah, one right there.
I still want to do the Cross Egypt Challenge.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. That looks like fun.
That'd be fun.
That's why we started writing, was because we were going to do that. And then it was like, I'm kind of attached to my head. This is when all the beheadings were going on. I'm like, I'm kind of attached to my head. No.
Yeah.
There's one in India too.
Yeah, I have both of them. Both of them are up on the website.
Depends on what.
Need a helmet that's big enough to put a burqa underneath it.
Yeah.
Not in India.
No, I actually wrote them when I was looking at it and asked if women were allowed. Because, in a lot of places, women can't drive.
India, you can.
Yeah, you can in the Cross Egypt Challenge as well. You can ride, but, and you have a police and military escort.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's reasonable. It was only a couple $1,000s to participate.
They're pretty good sponsors.
Yeah, and there's a Rotary Club that's one of the sponsors. That's why I looked at it and went, oh, okay, it should be okay.
You remember when that is, Linda?
It's usually in October, end of October into early November.
It does look like fun.
Yeah. Like 1,800 miles in 9 days, something like 9 or 10 days. It's not bad.
You can get a scooter or a motorcycle.
Well, when we were looking at it, they weren't allowing scooters. It was motorcycles, and you had to have 6 months minimum experience riding.
Wow.
I think they have 3 or 4 different choices on size of bike now.
Yeah, that's changed over the last 4 years, almost 5 years.
I suspect you could expect a little sand.
A little.
Little.
Do you get to pick what weapon you get to carry?
Ooh, really?
I'm just asking.
No, I don't think so. I think you're escorted, and I talked to a guy a few years ago about it. He loved it.
Yeah, that's still on my list.
But they keep blowing stuff up over there.
Yeah, that's why we didn't do it. But the one in the Himalayas looks interesting as well, except some of the roads.
That's the one in India, right?
Yeah, if you look at the video, it's like,
They got some pretty rough roads there.
Yeah,
they got some pretty narrow mountain roads.
And they're two-way.
I like.
What?
They're two-way.
Yeah, little narrow road and cars come in both directions with a cliff on one side.
Yeah, we did that in Mexico, and it wakes you right up when there's a pickup truck coming around a corner at you on a one-lane road.
Bet it does.
Or a semi?
Or a semi. Yeah, a truck. Yeah.
Speaking of adventure riding, has anybody looked at the new Royal Enfield adventure bike that they're come out with? It's kind of a lot of people are all the rage about it.
Yeah, I saw one last Saturday. I meet guys on Saturdays for coffee on motorcycles, and one guy showed up with the new Enfield. I had to really look at it closely. It looks pretty good, very durable, but that's cool.
Gotten good reviews.
Yeah.
About all they ride in India is Royal Enfield.
What's that?
It's about all they ride in India is Royal Enfields. They're everywhere. It's like whoever was describing the Costa Rica, 3 or 4 people on there, groceries. The woman sits side saddle, carrying at least one child.
Yeah, we looked at the Himalayas and everything you would rent, everything. Something about they do exceptionally well at very high altitudes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not normally aspirated. They're not normally aspirated. They're actually fuel injected, which is a surprise.
The new ones, yeah. Yeah, but if you go to the Himalayas, they want you to. They have carbureted bikes, because they tend to be better at altitude. I'm not a big fan of infields.
There was an interesting story about the guy that's trying to revive that company, and he's done it over about the last 10 years.
Oh.
And it seems like he's done very well.
Oh.
Younger guy in his 30s, I think. Yeah. So.
It's an interesting bike just from the price point perspective. I mean, you get that bike is a fantastic performer, and it's under $5,000.
It's unusual.
Starting to see some Korean bikes too, like that.
Oh yeah, there are quite a few. I
Yeah.
don't trust them.
All right, we're down to the last 2 minutes. Who wants to lead us in the four-way test? Who wants to be voluntold?
Voluntold.
I see Bruce is over there smiling.
Yay, Bruce.
Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth?
Truth.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Sorry, I thought somebody called my name. Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And number
And
5.
Will it be fun?
Is it fun?
Have fun.
Right.
All right,
Will
you
it
guys.
be caught?
See you all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right.
Wait.
Good night now.
Everybody have a good one.
Linda, do we have anything to talk about, or are we done?
No, we're done.
All right. Good night,
Adios.
everybody.
Night,
Good
guys.
night.
Night, Amy.
Night.